see, make sure we get a picture. All right. What up, everybody? Welcome to the S&S Daily Show with your host, Nick Saenz. And today, I've come up with a little mechanism for adding text. So this is actually pretty dope because, I think every day there's kind of like a theme or things that I learn. So now I can have like a little notepad that I can share with you guys as I kind of go through this. So I may be kind of looking up and down, between the camera and my notes. So don't mind me. I'm just kind of figuring out how to do this. But so for one of the things I wanted to do for the show was every day I have a little app on my phone that's just like something a little positive, if it's just like, a little mantra or just like a little positive note. I think that like just seeing that stuff a lot is helpful, if just the fact that you're reading it, it puts it in your mind a little bit. And over time, I've noticed that it makes a difference and it adds up. So being an artist is a fucking hard job. It's so, as much as I can, I would like to inject some positivity into that. So if you're listening to this right now, I'm going to go through the mantra that came up on my phone today. So, which was, I am grateful for how much I have grown. And for me as an artist, I can definitely say that is true. It's pretty crazy how much you learn, how much you grow, how much, without, and it takes a little bit to really look back, to be able to take a minute, take a deep breath, and then look back and actually see how much you've grown. I mean, it's crazy. Like if you're watching this right now, I mean, there is probably some version of you in the years past that maybe might have seen something like this, or, maybe didn't even know that this was a thing and existed, but you somehow found another artist that is doing the same thing that you are. And you found that and you connected with that, and you're putting in the work to find that connection, to find people that are like-minded. So that's fucking dope. And I applaud that. That's something that I want for myself. So anyway, the growth is there, and, don't worry, we're doing this thing together. So anyway, just wanted to say, take a minute, appreciate how much you've grown. I mean, I don't know everyone's circumstance, but I know that definitely looking back, I'm sure you've made a lot of progress. So, what did I do today as an artist? Artist shit time. So I spent most of the day kind of just doing stuff for myself. I went to a garden with my wife, and I kind of did some real life stuff because, you need to take time for that every once in a while. I mean, I work a lot between my regular day job and music. I mean, I spend a lot of hours here, which is I love it. It's the thing I love the most to do, but also at the same time, there are some other cool things that life has to offer. So today was a beautiful summer day, and that was life offering up something that, is transient and I can't get all year round. So I took the opportunity and enjoyed the day. But before I did that, one of the things I actually spent the morning doing was creating overlays for the OBS videos that I'm streaming right now. So for right now, it was basically just thinking of how to do this and and trying to do that. So, but what I did was for my production streams, one of the things I wanted to do was have this mantra be like kind of dynamic text over because there's like a bar that displays, I mean, you can't see it right now, but like when I'm doing production sessions, there's a whole bunch of stuff that is useless information. It's like the time and, all my other like little icons that don't change and don't, like, you're not really looking for that. So it's like, well, this is dead space basically if it's not changing. So how can I change that to make it be something meaningful? So I thought of a bunch of different things, if it's saying, my website or whatever, but I kind of just landed on a little positive message as you're watching my Ableton session. I hope I can inject a little bit of, creativity and positivity into your music creation process. So it definitely is not straightforward, at least for me, as someone that's relatively new to OBS. And, in Ableton, I know like the back of my hand, but OBS is something that I'm still fucking trying to figure out with the widgets and the formatting and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so that was something I spent a decent amount of time doing. But, even just in doing that, like, this whole thing is just learning. Like, who would have thought that in trying to bring artistry to people that may not have as easy access to it or don't know necessarily where to look, because like I've done a lot of digging, and like there aren't a whole lot of people that do this thing of streaming the music creation process, but really do it like have done it for a while and are actually still learning, still an active artist and trying to do this. So shoot, I completely lost my train of thought. I guess that's what happens. I think this should probably be streamed a little bit earlier. I feel like my brain just gets crappier and crappier throughout the day. But yeah, okay. So it's a learning. See, it all comes back. Basically, this whole thing is a learning process, and we're all just doing our best to try and figure this stuff out, including myself. So if I fuck this up from time to time, then, to be honest, I'm going to fuck shit up from time to time. And maybe right now, even a little more often than time to time. Maybe I might fuck shit up every episode, but I'm going to continue to do it because I think that it'll hopefully help other artists. And it's something that I just love doing anyway. So you know what? I love doing it. Fuck it. I'm going to mess up, and I hope you can forgive me. But it's all towards the end of doing something that I love and giving value to you guys. So anyway, one thing before I head out that I wanted to chat about was doing one thing at a time. So last week, the way that I kind of organize my work as an artist is, I plan the things out that I'm going to do the next week, and I just kind of go through those things. But from day to day, planning out how I'm going to go about doing that is slightly different. I've changed it. So what I was doing was I was like, well, I want to be able to produce music every single day. Like I want to do everything every day so that it's like I don't forget how to do it, kind of, or at least like it feels so like when you do something every day, there's a big momentum and big, like, it's like riding a bike. Like you just, every day you just poof, you're up. You know what I mean? Versus like I get scared that if I don't do it every day, then I'm going to get up on the bike sometime and I'm just going to forget, which doesn't make any sense. And I think it's like an irrational fear. But that's always been weirdly a motivation of mine to make music every day, is that I fear that if I don't, then one day I'm going to go to Ableton and I'm just never going to I'm never going to be able to come up with anything good again, which is fucked up. And every time I prove myself wrong, but I can't, it's just the way my brain works a little bit. But anyway, so this time what I'm trying to do is taking the pressure off a little bit and being like, look, so many times I've taken just a day or two break and come back way better for it. So if I can maybe like batch my stuff a little bit, or not even batch it, but just do one thing to completion at a time. That way, I feel like I've actually accomplished something, because I have. There's nothing worse than going a full week and getting 70% there for 8 different things, and then looking around and being like, well, what do I really have? What have I actually done? You've done work, but it doesn't feel that way. And to be honest, if we're being like kind of objective, nothing's done, so nothing's done. You know what I mean? Like it ain't done till it's done. So I'm trying out doing one thing at a time until it's done. Like that last 10% has always been very hard for me, which makes it so easy to get to 70%, because it's the fun part, for all these tasks. But then now I have a whole chunk of all the last 20% for everything, and I fucking don't want to do that. And then I end up taking a long time, or I go on to something else, which is not healthy and not good. So now do one thing to completion. So this morning I did the rebranding part to completion. I moved that shit to done. I did all the things that were required for me to be like, all right, I did the overlays. As best as I could for now. It put it in a place where it makes sense, and I did it. Same thing yesterday. I was going through creating a new drop for this Slipknot cover that I'm doing for Duality called Duality. But I had not had a back half for the song produced at all. And, you know, in the past, I would have just, done 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, whatever. And like, that can work. It's tricky with music production because sometimes you do need that break. But I wanted to give it a try, just doing one thing at a time. So I literally just kept working on that one thing. I didn't do any Sounds and Sights stuff. I didn't do any Instagram posting. I didn't do shit until I finished what I wanted to do with the song. And I did. And because I didn't context switch between doing the song and other stuff, even though I took a break in the middle of the day, I was still fresh. I still had everything kind of around and available to me to continue the work. So I got what I needed to get done. And one, it felt awesome. Two, I actually got the thing done. Like a thing is done. And I guess it basically just goes back to it feeling good. But like, I don't know. There's something awesome about deciding you're gonna do a thing, actually doing it, especially if it's something where you're like unsure if you can do it. If the scariest shit is the shit that you put off, at least for me. So anyway, that's going well, and I wanted to shout that out. So anyway, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a lot more music related stuff. So I did kind of like the OBS kind of like meta stuff, because obviously I'm streaming right now. It was more just like fixing up, what my streams look like. But tomorrow is going to be recording in earnest in my vocal booth, in my my closet vocal booth, a song that I wrote a little while ago for this album specifically called Heartbeat. Or at least that's the current title. I may change it, but the lyrics are mostly there, and I'm going to lay down the lead vocals, and I'm going to take a first stab at all the kind of the harmonies and the little ad libs and stuff like that. So that's going to be another live session. So this will be the first live session that is truly like, I think it'll be working, because last time I did a live vocal session and the audio was kind of kicking out because I hadn't quite figured OBS out yet. And especially in that closet, it's a little bit of a different setup, different computer, different camera, different, audio routing and stuff like that. So it took a minute to figure it out. But so tomorrow will be exciting. It'll literally be me in the vocal studio recording, and you'll be able to hear what I'm singing and then hear it back as I hear it back, with a little bit of tuning, maybe with a little bit of reverb, but not, nothing too heavy. So you can kind of see what the recording process of self-engineered recording actually looks like. And it's interesting. It's something that I don't know how to do it any other way, because I've just always done it myself. And at this point, I don't know, like I feel like it would be good to try doing it with engineer, but, to kind of coax maybe performances out of me that I wouldn't have otherwise thought to do, like maybe ad libs or, bringing that energy. But honestly, like for the most part, I kind of know what I want, and I know what the sound is. I know what the sound that I want is. And I just kind of I can quickly just, record, do it. Nope. Record, do it. I'm going to change this a little bit. Record, doing it, and just iterate so quick. Because I'm the one that's in control. I can literally, you'll see me do it like da 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 no da 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 no da 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 until I get the right take. Obviously keeping all of them, because you never know what you're gonna want later. But anyway, so with that, I'm gonna get to bed. I'm gonna see if I can get up early tomorrow, get a little exercise in, get my lungs, get my core muscles kind of all ready to go, so that when I get into the booth, everything will be nice and warmed up. But anyway, so until tomorrow, can't wait to see you, and it's going to be dope. We're going to be recording, we're going to be singing, we're going to be doing all types of shit. So anyway, until tomorrow, looking forward to it. Rock on.